Hello YouTube. Good morning. Let's uh let's bring TikTok in here. But YouTube, how you doing today? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. TikTok, now you're in too. Hello everybody. We are here. We are here on this beautiful Wednesday. How's everyone doing? Let's go ahead and get all my chat set up. Got to get that combined chat going so y'all can talk to each other. Let's get TikTok going. All right, I think that should be working. Let's do a test message. Yep, looks like it's going. All right, hey, welcome in, folks. Good Wednesday to you. Good morning. How are you doing, folks? We are back again, another weekday, another writing stream. I think all the tech's working. So welcome in, Slendy. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Good to see you. Looks like I can say hi. I can wave at you. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Renegade, good to see you. It looks like combined chat is working. All right, we're figuring it out, folks. We got it going now. Rock and roll. Yes, Lindy, your first time being here so early, man. You were punctual. You were right on the dot. You and Renegade, y'all kicking it off about 15 seconds into stream. Yo, I don't like to call out names as they join because I don't want to put you on the spot, but Game Boy Cardi is a very good name. Sorry, dude, I gotta call you out for that. That's incredible. I do dig that name. Kooky, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. You got that dentist appointment today, right? I got my fingers crossed for you. I hope it goes well. Hope it gives you the relief you're looking for. Folks, how you doing? How's your day starting off? Bit early out there, I suppose, to evaluate how the day is going. But look, man, I'm well rested. I got a cup of sweet tea. We're doing good. I got nothing to complain about. I hope y'all are the same. Oh, you know what, though? I don't think I updated... Did I not update my word count from yesterday, maybe? Let me check that. I did not. Yeah, we're 1,000 words down on the word count. Let me update that real quick. Kooky said surgery today, getting all the wisdom teeth removed from my mouth. Whew. Well, hey, it's necessary, so... I hope that goes as well as it can, and enjoy the loopy meds. That's going to be interesting. I hope it goes well for you. I'll be pulling for you, Kooky. All right, there we go. There we go. Words are updated. 4.4K in the story so far. Jake Rollo says, do a flip. Hey, you still here, Jake? I can do that. Nope, you dipped out. I was going to do it for you. Gibby, good morning. Good to see you, bud. How you doing? How's your Wednesday kicking off? Slendy, it's oh, my mic has an echo, it says. Interesting. TikTok, y'all hearing that too? Slight echo on the mic? I'm not sure why it would do that. Let me double check my sources here. That might be it. Yeah, there we go. I was messing with my my sound sources. And we need to remove this. All right, how's that sound? Yep, you're spot on, Renegade. I was playing with sound sources before stream. Think it should be better now. Y'all let me know. You can still hear me? Audio sounds good, hopefully. I just had extra sound sources kicking around in the OBS scene. Gibby, you got to go make breakfast, but you're being lazy. Ooh, you get breakfast at the end of it. I mean, that'd be pretty good. Thank you for that, Renegade. I appreciate you. Appreciate you with your laser ears catching that. Kooky, you said you're sad. You already finished Wriggly Little Hands. Guess I could reread it. I mean, you could. You could. Yeah, I wish I could get y'all the sequel already, but I guess I still got to launch book 1 first, right? Slindy, you said it's laundry day today. You're getting it done early. You gotta get up, but you got up between 4:30 and 5 a.m. My God, Slindy, you were up really early. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, buddy. Impage, good morning. Good to see you. I like how you said it, Impage. Good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome in, folks. Good to see you. Ian, I appreciate your very detailed and considerate reviews. Continue in the Discord server. So seriously, man, thank you for that. That is invaluable. Raffy says, sorry I'm late. Raffy, you're good. You're good. You're never late around here. As long as you tune in, we're good. Slindy, that's your average wake-up time? Woof, boy. Early riser for sure. No, thank you. I mean, I get up at 6 for this stream, and that's good. That's good enough. No earlier, thank you. Y'all read any good books lately? And you can't answer with my own. That's just flattery. Slindy, I get like 2 hours before other people start moving around. Yeah, I mean, I feel it, Slindy. I agree with you there. You get those early 2 hours to kick things off. I kind of felt that yesterday. We were leaving for that event here at 9:30 a.m. And I was like, y'all, I already finished a whole stream. I feel like I've done half my workday, and we're rolling out for the start of a new event. Ian, it's genuinely a pleasure. I haven't had a lot of opportunities to talk shop and writing since university. Hey, well, good. I'm glad, Ian. I'm super glad about it. That's what I want to hear, man. Rock on. Talon, you've read Book of the New Sun. I'm not familiar with that. Let's take a look at it. 4-volume science fantasy novel written by the American author Gene Wolfe. All right, cool cover. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. It looks pretty sick. Science fantasy, huh? Kind of a niche little category there. Oh, Aaron, a kid's science book you contributed 2 chapters to was finally announced yesterday. Yo, rock on. What's it called? Drop that title for us. Slindy, you've been reading a sci-fi book entitled A Big Ship at the End of the Universe by Alex White. That almost sounds like a play on Alex Knight. A Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe. Oh, that's another cool cover. Big fan of that one. Ian, you recently read the All the Skills series. That's got to be Lit RPG, right? Seeker, I assume that is hello in some language that I'm not familiar with. So, Kalimera. Good morning in Greek to you. How you doing today, buddy? Talon, you love the way he uses language in that book. Interesting. Hey, that's fun. I love that, right? Original storytelling through, like, just being intentional about your words. Super fun way to do things. Gibby, you started The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. It's great so far. What genre is that, Gibby? Sounds like fantasy? See, The Midnight Library, you said. Y'all just in here giving me all my book recs. You know, I'm really just mining y'all for good book recs. Oh, you think it's blocking the book name, Aaron? That's a shame. You can always DM it to me if you want, and I can post it or say it. Donnie has American Bulldogs. Hey, welcome in, Donnie. Good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday to you. Glad you're here. You just read Off to Be the Wizard. That's another good title. I'm just looking all these up, y'all. Off to Be the Wizard. That's fun. I love the cover. That's awesome. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to have to take a look at that. That's just pretty fun. Yeah, thank you for shouting out the books you're reading. It's a lot of fun to look into them. Kind of get a little sneak peek of some good stuff I should look into. Aaron direct messaged me. The book is called The Big Book of Useless Science Knowledge. Science book a children's science book she contributed 2 chapters for. I'm super excited to see it once it comes out. And LT, hey, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Happy Wednesday to you. Thanks for being here. How you doing? How's your week going? Seeker, you've been chugging through the Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. This one's been a slog. Well, yeah, those two kind of go hand in hand sometimes. Look, Sanderson's a great writer, but man, he writes doorstops. Ampage, the D&D 5.5 Player's Handbook. Hey, that's valuable. I could spend some time getting a lot better at that. I really need to refresh my knowledge coming up here. Donnie, so Off to Be the Wizard sounds like it's lit RPG, based on that description. I mean, looking at some of these covers, it looks like it definitely is. Oh, Ian's familiar with it, it looks like. Oh, thank you for the Ian coming in with the hat and mustache early. Thank you, Ian. That's always a fun one. I wish it would. I wish this way I could sync it up better, man. Cause I could do something with it, you know. Harpy, Aaron, thank you for re-upping the stream team. Appreciate that, y'all. Super cool of you. Hey, happy Wednesday, LT. It's going good for you. Rock on. Hey, we're doing good here. Like I said, I got a big old cup of sweet tea. We got a stream kicking off. We're gonna write some words today. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about books. It's gonna be a good day, y'all. I'm playing with a little something here. I use this app when I'm writing. Sometimes once in a while I roll a d20 to. I have some stories that I do for fun where I make little character sheets, and I'll literally roll to see how characters do in situations and stuff. I was kind of thinking it'd be really fun to do it on stream for things. Like, I don't know what our decision points are, though. So, like, if y'all got ideas, let me know, because look at this. This is super fun. It's called Mighty Dice. It's really an app, but you can do it on the computer, too. I'd love to incorporate it into stream somehow. So if y'all got any ideas about how we could get some D20 rolls up in here, I mean, or any die, I guess. How about a D20 and a D12? Could do both of those. So I was thinking it could be fun to incorporate that into stream somehow, but I blanked on ideas for how to. So let me know. Gibby, you said what would you say your favorite genre is to read and write? Gibby, I am all about fantasy, my dude. I read a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of like thrillers, like tech thrillers like Michael Crichton, but really I'm all about fantasy. And that's what I love to write. Here's my book ones that I've written. Bottom row is lit RPG, and top row is fantasy. And you can find all those at Amazon.com, in ebook, paperback, and audiobook, or you can read more about them at authoralexknight.com. Rise, you said, am I live yet on YouTube? Yes, I am, Rise. It is Renegade's tuning in from YouTube, and we had another concurrent viewer earlier there. So yeah, it is live. If you go to youtube.com/@authoralexknight, it should come up if you go to that. Raffy says I'm too tired to fight for the #1 badge today. Hey, Raffy, you're allowed to take a day off. Talon, you liked my description of Sanderson's books with he writes doorstops. Doorstops, doorstoppers. He writes things I could lift at my workout to get stronger. You need Slindy, y'all chat. Slindy says he needs some more. They need some more science fiction / cyberpunk recs. Y'all, if you got any of those, hit them with it. Talon says roll a dice and tell a story using that number of words. Yeah, we can do something like that. It'd only be 1 to 20 words. A story in 1 word be challenging. I do have some writing exercises I've done in the past where I roll dice to determine which exercise I do, and then if it's like a certain, if it's a good roll, it's easier. If it's a bad roll, it's even more difficult of an exercise. I could do something like that. Oh, on your TV, Rise? Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a bit harder to get there. Oh, you got it. Rock on, dude. Well done. Yeah, Ian, that's totally fine. I can see your comments on YouTube, and it pops up on screen now too. So y'all tune in from wherever's best for you. It should work just fine. I saw Cassidy. There it is. Hey, Cassidy. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. How you doing on this fine Wednesday morning? I'm feeling good about today, y'all. It's gonna be a good one. I don't know why, but I got a gut feeling it's gonna be a good one today. Gibby said could always do a random number generator for that. Yeah, we could. Random RNG for number of words in the story. Could see that. Um, could do a D6 for injury severeness. What do you mean, Slindy? Injury severeness in terms of like how hard the exercise might be or something? I see how Ian on YouTube recommends Stray Cat Strut for sci-fi/cyberpunk. I've heard very good things about that. I've not read about it, or I've not read it myself, but several of my friends have it and highly recommend it. So there's a cyberpunk rec for you. Cassidy said, doing good. I just rewatched The Bourne Identity as a reference for how to write a chase scene. Oh, that's fun, Cassidy. I dig it. Yeah, you took notes and everything. Hey, rock on. That's fun. That's a good part of writing, right? Like, you're studying the other media out there. Y'all, I always mention this website. Let me pull it up. Because I got something good for it. So, Helping Writers Become Authors is a website I highly recommend. Let me drop that in chat. Because, Cassidy, it has a database on the website. Hopefully TikTok didn't block it. Let me know, y'all, if you can see. I'll drop it in YouTube chat, too. If y'all can see that link. The reason I bring it up, though, is it has a... I'm trying to find it here. Story structure database. There we go. Or actually, I'll link right to that. Cassidy, it's kind of exactly what you were doing. It's just the creator of this website goes through popular movies and breaks down their story structure. And I think it's a really good way to learn to see the structure of stories in popular media. Super useful. Basically what you're doing. Rafi said there's a word I'm using that supposedly keeps getting blocked, but I don't know how. Interesting. That's weird, Rafi. Maybe space it out, or just DM it to me. I can pick it up from the DMs. That works too. Hey, thanks for tuning in on YouTube too, folks. I appreciate you being there. Got both channels going and growing. All right. Well, we should probably get to a writing sprint here in a minute. So I'll put that timer up there. I think I'm sitting a little bit to the right today because I'm kind of blocking the UI elements more than normal. Need to move my chair a little bit. Oh, I broke the camera. Hold, please. Fixed. There we go. There we go. Perfect picture quality. Yeah, let me pull up, y'all. Let me pull up that exercise thing that I had. I don't know if that would be fun. I don't know. Let me know if you think that would be fun. But I have a writing exercise, kind of like practice, that I put together. Here, let's see. I can pull it up for display capture so we can see it. There it is. I could like roll a die and go through one of these. So like basically, I don't know if that'd be fun on stream at all, but this is something I developed for myself for practice. So I have an exercise library of 0 through 13 different exercises. Like I guess 0 is really a 1. Oh, Rafi, you DM'd me real quick. Let me see that. Oh, did you do it on TikTok? I can grab it on there. Yeah, it's on TikTok. Let me grab that DM. Rafi, I'm sorry it's blocking whatever you're trying to say. Oh, roll for word count times 100. Yeah, you could do that. There you go. That makes sense. That's weird that it was blocking that. Oh, you're all good, Rafi. TikTok's fine. Y'all, so it's like an exercise library I put together. I guess really it starts at 0, but it really should start at 1. So we have like 0 is stream of conscious. Just set a timer for 5 minutes, right? Whatever comes to mind. Number 1 is called random titles. You go to this website, book titles, fantasynamegenerator.com, and it has a title generator, and it generates like titles for you. And for this exercise, you got to pick one, and then in 10 minutes, write the opening sentence or two for a book with the chosen title. So I just have a bunch of exercises like this. I really like this one. I call it Personified Places. There's a fun website here called the Wheel of Emotion. And it's just got a bunch of like, typical emotions on it. And you could spin it. Let's see, we got shy. Okay, so we got shy on that spin. So what you do for this exercise is you spin. Well, first of all, you pick a setting. So say a room, a building, a town, forest, creek, pond, something like that. And then you spin the wheel of emotion, and whatever emotion you get, You write 300 words to describe that setting or thing, such that the emotion you got on the wheel becomes its dominant characteristic. I think it's a good way to practice, like, well, personifying places, as the exercise title would say. So yeah, we could do something like that maybe with the dice. I don't know if y'all think it's fun. We could do that, but no pressure. Otherwise, I don't know. I just look, y'all. All I gotta say is rolling dice is fun. So I'd love to incorporate it in the stream somehow. But for now, folks, this is a writing stream, so I guess we do have to write a little bit, huh? Should probably put some words on page. Yo, we got the impetus dice are very fun. Yes, they're just, I don't know. It's fun. It's just a classic thing, right? All right, y'all. We got 5 minutes on the timer, so I'm gonna add words to my next book. If you're not up to date, that is gonna be Paragon 5 right here. Impage, shiny little math rocks. It's a good description for dice. Y'all, we're doing book 5 in the Paragon series, and we have 5 minutes on the clock, so I'm going to get that timer going. If you want to create along with me, please join in. Maybe you're coding today. Maybe you're doing some visual art. Could be writing. Whatever it is, please join along, and at the end of these 5 minutes, we're going to talk about it. So, everybody, good luck. Gibby, you're going to go make that breakfast? Hey, rock on, man. I hope you make some good breakfast. If you do come back after, tell me what you made so I can be hungry about it. That's a recurring theme on this stream. All right, I'm going to refresh my memory on where we were writing yesterday, and let's add some words. I definitely didn't delete that whole sentence. What are you talking about? The word count didn't go down by 10. It's supposed to be adding words. All right, let's check that timer. 2:26. All right. Yeah, Impage. There's always been a live word count. Right up there on 74 words. You can watch as I add to it by the keystroke. You're good, Impage. You're good. There's a lot to look at. It's a crowded little screen. The vertical orientation streaming is well, it's a little bit crowded. There's a lot going on there. I'd love to be in horizontal, but then I couldn't stream to y'all. Oh, by the way, I messed with the audio volume because I noticed the music wasn't too able to be heard last stream. So y'all let me know if it's too loud or anything. I don't want to be drowning everything out with the music. I want to hear it, but you know, not too loud. All right, I think we're closing. Yep, timer is done. All right, good little sprint there, a little warm up. Oof, only 140 words, but the first one's always a bit slow, I've found. We're always waking up, and I'm at a particularly difficult point in the text right now. I gotta write my way through this. It's a little bit of a backstory lore dump, so it needs to not be too long, but it needs to be interesting, and we just gotta kind of push through. So we'll get there. 140 is not a bad start. Y'all, if you were sprinting along with me, please let me know how it went. If you created anything during that time, maybe you made breakfast like Gibby did, please let me know. Tell me about it. Make me hungry. But yeah, happy Wednesday, folks. Gotta rev up those fingers, says Impage. You're absolutely right. Gotta wake them up. It's funny, you don't think about it, but yeah, they do need to kind of be shaken out. It's just like, it's kind of like a sport, you know, just a little tiny sport confined to your keyboard. And just for fingers. Rafi, you worked on some music. Sick. What are you making music for right now? Just for fun, or you got a project in mind? Paul, hey, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing today? Oh, AR, you walked your son to school and now you're walking back. That's cool. I love that y'all can walk there. That's awesome. That seems like a really good way to start the day. You can just walk to where you're going. I lived in San Diego very briefly, and I could walk to work there, and it was just like it was so nice to start the day. Just like get out and 10-minute walk down the road. Like, I don't know, it was awesome. Get that fresh air right in the morning. Ian on YouTube said, pretty good sprint. I'm getting a head start on editing a new website project's content for work. Official start of work isn't for another 30 minutes. Ian, you are on the ball, man. Getting that start early. But hey, that's very good for a sprint. Nothing wrong with that. Editing fiction or editing a website's content, those both count. Getting that work done. Rafi, you said you tried to make a beat for an artist and it turned into something else. Okay, hey, roll with it, man. Chase that creativity. Nothing wrong with that. AR said we live in a city in Ontario, Canada. Hey, sick. You gotta be cold up there right then. That's that. I was talking about refreshing morning walks in San Diego, but I don't know. April in Ontario has got to be. Or are you saying Ontario, Canada, or Ontario, California? Because I think there is an Ontario, California, right? Yeah, there is. If it's Ontario, California, it's probably really nice weather right now. Canada. Okay, nope, it's the cold one. Man, y'all probably bundled up for that one then. I feel cold just thinking about it. Paul, you said doing well, just waking up. It was my wife's day to get up with our toddler, so I got to sleep in a bit. I got to split those child duties. That makes sense. Hey, well, I'm glad you got to sleep in a bit. Get a little extra rest today. Rock on. Paul, Paul, AR, I think y'all were the ones that weren't here, but I asked earlier, what have y'all been reading lately? What books been jumping to the forefront of your to be read pile? We got some good answers earlier. Let me know. I'm just kind of using y'all to scrape for some new reads up in here. One of the answers, off to be the wizard was an answer that I got that I hadn't heard of. It seems interesting. I'm gonna look into that one. It's got a really crazy looking cover. AR says still a little cold in Ontario, Canada. Your son insisted on taking the wagon. That's an adorable image, AR. I love that. Just pulling him to school in a little wagon. I love that. And the series you just finished is called The Bridge Kingdom. Let me take a look at that. That sounds like fantasy. Ooh, wow, that is a beautiful cover. Like an Art Deco cover going on here. That's pretty sick. Oh, is it like romantasy or something, it looks like? Looks fun. Looks fun. Oh, Paul, you've read Off to be the Wizard. Rock on. I'd never heard of it until today, but it looks super cool. Oh boy, AR, you're going to start Mistborn. We were talking about chonkers of books earlier, so that's going to be a chonker. But hey, it's a good one, right? Enjoy it. I hope it goes well for you. Oh, Cassidy keeping the horror thrillers going. Strange Pictures, huh? Interesting. Oh, that sounds scary. I just did a quick Google search on it. That's Cassidy, you got that dark taste. I like it. Ian on YouTube said, yeah, Off to be the Wizard was a really neat one. Programmers accidentally and independently discover the code the universe runs on and figure out how to edit it to do wizard stuff. Hey, look, I'll follow that plot any day in which we just do wizard stuff. Yeah, it looks sick, y'all. I'm going to give it a look. That's a really funny concept and a great title. Paul, you said as far as what I'm currently reading, I just finished The Far Wild, and you're starting Servant of Rage. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. I've loved hearing your feedback as you've been reading through it, man. That's sick. Thank you very much for picking them up. Y'all, if you don't know, Paul's talking about my books. He just finished reading The Far Wild here on the top right. It's my fantasy thriller, got like Jurassic Park vibes to it. And now next he's going to read Servant of Rage here on the top left, which is like a Dragon Ball Z-esque fight scenes, a Highlander magic system, and a Genghis Khan-inspired world. It's a gritty fantasy. I think it's a lot of fun. We'll see what Paul thinks about it. The book you finished most recently was Hop on Pop. That's Dr. Seuss, right? Where you must have been reading that to your toddler. Yeah. I read that as a kid. That's a good book. Gearbox, hey, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? You said time for my daily check-in on break at work. I hope the writing's going well. Yeah, we're getting there. I guess we're a little bit behind today, only 140 words, but we've been talking a bit about books, kind of seeing what we're reading right now. So just a little bit of reader chat going on today. It's slowing the words down, but that's all right. We're a writing stream, but we talk about books too. I mean, that's part of it. Gear, I hope work's going well for you. Hope you have a good little break here. Obikyo, hey, good morning to you. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you. Glad to see you. I hope your Wednesday's going well today. And if not, we'll kick it off right here. We'll do our best. Paul, your toddler's first word, first book. First word was book, or technically ook. He loves them. Oh, you're raising him right, Paul. You're raising him right. I love to hear that. That's sick. Keep reading to him. That's how I became an author. My parents just read to me a ton when I was really young, and then as I got older, I read more myself, and here we are. And hey, raise your kid to be a reader, and they too can work really hard to write books that they barely make a living off of them. But love what they do every day, because that's a critical component of it, and it is by far the best part of the job. Slendy, you said I had a giant book full of different Dr. Seuss stories when I was a kid. Oh, you got like the Dr. Seuss compendium, huh? Big old doorstop of Dr. Seuss stories. That sounds awesome. Goblin, you're liking the music? Rock on, man. It's fun, right? Just a little bit of background chill music. Gearbox, the last book you read was Servant of Rage. You don't know if I've heard of it? No, I've not heard of that one. Was it a good book? No, I appreciate that, Gear. Thank you very much, y'all, for picking it up. Seriously. Slendy, you started reading books out of spite. You're going to have to tell me about that one. You're going to have to elaborate there. You can't just drop that and disappear. Obikyo, I read to disappear. Now I write to disappear. That's interesting. That is a very artsy statement there, my friend. Um, tell me more. Paul, your mom was a reading teacher. She loved writing, but would never let anyone read any of her stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Did she keep it? Like, is it readable, or what's the story there? Because that's kind of wild. I kind of want to know now. I want to know how it was. All right, well, we're behind on word count, so I'm gonna wait for those couple answers, couple responses to come in. But y'all, let's go ahead and do our countdown for the next sprint. Gotta get some more words on page here, so we're gonna put 5 minutes on the clock, folks. If you're new around here, first of all, welcome in. It's our cozy morning stream, just kind of getting the day starting off with some good vibes. I'm gonna write my next book on stream here. Do a 5-minute focused writing sprint. I encourage you to join along with me. Anything you want to be working on, could be writing, could be reading, could be editing, could be making breakfast. Had folks fold laundry, make music, whatever it is for those 5 minutes. Join along, and at the end of it, we'll circle back, see how everybody did, and then we'll do a little more Q&A about writing or publishing, or just chat about books. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do something. Look at these answers coming in. Slendy said, I knew how to read but didn't read. Then the Harry Potter movies started coming out, and we as a family went to the midnight releases, but I was the only one who hadn't read them. So after the latest one came out and I tried to voice my opinion, they told me I wasn't allowed to. So the next day I read the first two, then the next few days I read the rest. Okay, that makes sense, Slendy. That is a sufficient explanation. You had to pay the entry fee in order to voice your opinion on the series. That's fun, though. That's a quick read, too. You tore through those series. They were very bingeable, though, weren't they? I'm pretty sure I read book 5 in, like, one night. Just, I guess I say night. It was probably, like, 18 hours, you know. I just sat on the couch and just read nonstop. Had an absolute blast. Got to the end of the book and went, oh, God, now I have to wait years for the next one. What have I done? Mistakes were made, folks. Mistakes were made. Nah, it's a fun series. I'm glad that you had a good time with it. Paul, her writing's in storage. She died last year. My dad hasn't unpacked the storage unit of her books. That's interesting, Paul. I'm glad that it's in storage, but she was a book hoarder. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, first of all. But it's interesting to have that writing after the fact, right? Are y'all planning to read it? Or are you gonna respect her wishes and not read it? Like, I don't know what to do in that situation. It's kind of a tough one. Slendy, after that, you just consumed books like crazy. You would read a book a day. I mean, hey, y'all are fast readers. I've noticed that. Really tearing through stuff. I'll work for, 3-4 months on a book, 2 more months to get it launched, and then snapped up in a day, which I appreciate. It's super cool to see. I'm glad y'all enjoy it. It's only a little bit intimidating as an author. But hey, you know what? The only way to get more words is to write them. So we got 5 minutes on the clock here. Hey, Heather Daniel, welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. You said this is a cool setup. What genre am I writing? Heather, I am writing fantasy. So if we pop over here, these are all my book ones. Bottom row is lit RPG. Top row is fantasy. Specifically today, we are writing down here on the bottom left, book 5 in the Paragon series. That's the cover for book 1. Book 5 is a little too fresh. We don't have a cover for it yet. And we also just finished Thief of Honor. This is our novella we were working on stream for the last couple weeks. We got that one finished. It's in editing now, and we're gonna have it. Gonna release it for free pretty soon. But realistically, right now we are popping on to book 5 in the Paragon series, and we're 4,400 words in out of 100,000. We're gonna keep working on those. Oh, you like the covers? Thank you, Heather. That's super nice of you to say. I've had some very talented artists, been very lucky to have talented artists create these covers. They make my writing look good. What do you narrate, Heather? You do audiobooks? We love and cherish our audio narrators on this stream, because just like the artists make the books look good, man, the narrators make the books sound good. Ronnie, hey, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Happy Wednesday. It's good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. We're just getting ready for another writing sprint, but y'all, we've been having a good time today. Talking about books a little bit. I've kind of been using y'all as a cheat sheet for what books I should read next. So Ronnie, if you finished something recently that really jumped out to you, please let me know. Kind of making a little list. We'll see. I'll browse them after the stream. But yeah, we're behind on word count. Let's see. We're 40 minutes into stream. We only got 140 words, y'all. We got to get some words on page here. Heather, you said you've done a lot of different things. You're about to start a time travel sci-fi fantasy book this week. Hey, rock on. Feel free to drop the title if you're able to. That's cool. I dig it. It's got to be hard to be an audio narrator. I couldn't do it. I've seen how they work. How you gotta read the line, you gotta deliver it the way you want, and then re-record it sometimes because it wasn't a good delivery. Okay, the book is called Time Renegades by Kim Allred. All right, sick. I'll give it a little. I guess I don't know. Maybe is it too new? Does it maybe not have? Is it not out there yet? By Kim Allred. Let me look at it real quick. Oh no, yeah, it's out there. I didn't know if it was pre-release, right? You're recording it. Oh, cool looking cover. Congrats on that. Congrats, and hey, thank you for being a narrator. We need y'all. Good morning, JR. Welcome in. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well today. AR Rosalind, welcome in as well, folks. Hey, good to have you here. We're kicking off Wednesday with some good vibes today. Good vibes, but a low word count, only 140 words. We got to get there. Heather, you said it's up on Amazon, but it's not out yet. June 17th is the release date. Okay, cool. In that pre-release period. All right, Al, welcome in, buddy. How you doing today? Glad to see you. Glad to have you back. We are just kicking off a writing sprint, and I'm actually going to get to it this time. Oh, and Ian Garcia on YouTube said audiobook narrators are precious, but they're not all created equal. Oh, sure. I mean, it's like anything. You get better the more you practice. JR, you're doing line edits on your next book? Oh, rock on. Well, we're going to kick off a writing sprint here, so feel free to do those edits while we write. But for now, folks, I really need to up this word count. So, timer's ticking. Let's dial in and put some words on page. Oh, thank you for the follow, Heather. Appreciate that. I will. I'll give your work a look. I want to see. I got to keep my Rolodex going of narrators and artists. I appreciate that follow. Thank you. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. Where we do this on Monday to Thursday. We do writing streams. And hey, the format. We're looking at changing the format a little bit. The writing's great and I love doing it, but I kind of want to talk books with you all a bit more. Kind of explore some new things. I was saying earlier, y'all, I love this Mighty Dice app for rolling dice. I kind of want to incorporate it into the stream somehow. I want to think on that for me. I'll be thinking on it as well. I want to find a way to, let the dice determine what we're doing or something like that. I think there's a way to do that. There's a way to make it work. But anyway, I was trying to say Monday to Thursday we do this, and then on Fridays we make fantasy maps. So yeah, tune in Friday for sure. We're gonna keep working on our map we started last week. After this writing sprint, I'll pull it up and we'll see the progress we made on it. But for now, I need to put words on page. So there's the timer. We're rocking and rolling. You're good, Heather. You're good. I disrupt my own flow. That's not on you. I get distracted. Thank you for the heart, Mio Bikyo. Appreciate you rejoining the stream team, keeping it current. Thank you very much for that. Charlie, hey, welcome in. My morning is going well. Just trying to get some words on page here in this writing sprint. But how you doing? How's your Wednesday kicking off? Hey, Solo Snail, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Solo, we are rocking today, man. We're doing good. We're having a good time. Got to catch up on these word count. We're a little bit behind pace today, but hey, it was fun chatting with everybody. We're having a good conversation, talking about books we're reading and fun stuff like that. How about you, Solo? You got anything interesting going on this morning? Charlie, you said you're kicking it off pretty awesome. The stream makes my morning chores very relaxing. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Charlie. Thank you. I'm glad that we can keep you company during your morning chores. Derek, you should be in your first period right now, but Wawa was calling your name. I dig it. I dig it. Look, respect. Sometimes those early morning snacks just calling you out. You gotta go with it. Gotta roll with it. All right, y'all. Appreciate the questions in chat. Let me finish this writing sprint, and then we'll get back to it. I gotta pick the pace up here. I'm a little bit behind today. All right, so let's see. 1 minute 13 left on the timer, and I need to check my notes real quick. Not the best way to spend a writing sprint, but I've written past my outline here. At least the outline, like I pulled the chapter outline. So I need to know what we're doing in the next chapter. There we go. There's the document. Okay, got it. Memory refreshed. We got a minute left, 40 seconds left. Okay, we can sprint this out. Get some more words here. that's probably time, so I'll just finish this sentence. Okay, one more sentence. Sorry, I had a really good thought. I got to get this one for the sake of the story being good. We got to toss this one in here. There it is. Okay. Whew. Okay, we actually got a lot of words in that one. I mean, I definitely stretched it at the end there. We did a little extra writing. It was all good though, right? No one noticed. Oh, it was good. No big deal. Oh, it was pretty good though. We went from 140 words to 379. So a little bit of quick math says, what is that like? 239. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good sprint there. We pulled it out. I'm gonna need another sprint here to get to the halfway point. There we go, Paul. Yeah, I like that. I was just doing a little bit of overage time because I had to check my notes. I wasn't writing during that time. Kooky, you gotta head out. Hey, no worries. Good luck at the dentist. We're pulling. Y'all send good vibes Kookie's way. They're going into the dentist. It's gonna be a brutal one today, but they're gonna be all right. All right, Will. Sorry, you had asked. The dice roll could be how many lines you write for a max of 20. Every one line equals a 1 minute break between rolls. Yeah, it could be something like that. Just kind of keep it going. Kind of like the dice are telling me how much we're writing. I like that. Al, you said you just finished The Spear Cuts Water. 10 out of 10 rec. Let's check it out. Let's pull that up real quick. The Spear Cuts Through Water. That's a killer cover, y'all. Check this out. That's a sick looking cover. I'm trying to make it bigger here. There we go. There we go. That's a cool cover. I'm a huge fan of that. Sick. Well, thank you for the rec. I'll give it a look here. I got it pulled up. Let's see. Paul, you thought of another book to recommend? To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. Yes. I'm aware of that one, actually. I have heard of that book. Also, I love anything by Paolini. Dude rocks. Just fun writing. Sam, welcome back in, man. Sam, I am. Good to see you again. Thank you for re-upping the stream, team. And how you doing on this Wednesday? We didn't start over. We started a new book because we finished Thief of Honor. I'll pull up that cover right here. We had to say goodbye to good old Thief of Honor because it's done. It's off to the editor. It's in editor land now. We should have it back pretty soon here, a couple weeks, and we'll put it out for free because that one is a free prequel novella, as we know, to Servant of Rage here on the top left. So y'all, if you've read Servant of Rage and you had a good time with it, well, you're about to get a free little 20,000 word prequel story set in the same world. Ties into the events of the book. And if you haven't read Servant of Rage, well, you can try the free prequel and see if it's something you're interested in. Cassidy, during that word sprint, you outlined a scene to write later. Hey, rock on. Very good. I hope it goes well. As you saw there, I had to stop and check my notes document. Having those outlines can really keep you going. Raffy said my girlfriend left music on and I didn't notice. Apparently I've been working to Hey Yeah by Outkast. Well, you've been working to that and you got this stream music going with oh, it just ended. I was gonna have a transition there. Your song was playing as we were talking about it, Raffy. Here we go. I kicked it back on. Rise said if you write 20 lines and you get 20 minutes to talk with us. Yeah, it could be a little system there, huh? I don't have a way to easily count lines. I guess I could just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 20 lines is looking like 283 words. Okay, that's not too bad. Paul, you said now that I've answered your book recommendation question, what books does Alex Knight read? What books does Alex Knight read? Well, I'm currently reading Fellowship of the Ring. Having a blast with that. Surprising no one. I like Lord of the Rings. I just finished a book called Last Stop. Here we can pull it up. Super fun book by Django Wexler. I guess it's like science fantasy. It's kind of like alternate world. Look, y'all. All I gotta say for this book is the cover has like a World War II fighter plane dogfighting with a giant flying insect. That literally just like sold me right there. I was like, you know what? I'm intrigued. Tell me more. It's a great book. It's a lot of fun. Kind of like sci-fi, but if sci-fi were set in like the 1940s on an alternate Earth. It's a lot of fun. It's a short book too. Read it real quick, but had an absolute blast with it. Highly recommend. Django is a fellow indie author. Out there grinding it on his own, and he's making good stuff. So highly recommend that. That'd be my book rec for the day for you. But thank you for asking, Paul. Raffy, music everywhere this morning. Yeah, that's how we like to do it. Ian, you said I do love me a frequel about Thief of Honor. That's a good one. Why am I not calling it that? A frequel. That's sick. I like it. Maybe we got to make that a term. Raffy, you're digging your music for the next sprint. Well, hey, speak of the devil, I think we're gonna go a bit early here on this next sprint because y'all, I'm only at 379 words, but we're about an hour into stream. So I probably need to get some more words going here. Let's call it the 60-ish second countdown to the next sprint. So if you're gonna do it with me, please get ready. Paul, no worries about asking the question twice. You're all good. I always encourage that because if I miss your question in chat, please ask it again. I do my best to keep up with chat, but y'all know I get distracted. We get on tangents. Will, you said you figure you're on for 2 hours. That breaks down to roughly 1,200 words, regardless of how the dice roll. Oh, yeah, I guess the math does math, huh? That makes sense. We are looking at that about 1,000 word goal, so 1,200's, stretching it a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Ian, you got to head out. You're off to work. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm glad we could have a chill start to your day for you. I hope the rest of it's just as relaxing and comfortable. And hey, we'll see you back here tomorrow. I hope. We're here every day, every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And Friday, don't forget, y'all. Don't forget, we are doing our map stream on Friday. Gonna be making a fantasy map. And you know what? I just remembered. Y'all, I promised you that we would take a look at the map real quick after, I don't know, about 2 writing sprints back, and we didn't get there because I got distracted. So let's pull it up real quick. Let's see what we did last Friday. Raffy, you're dancing like you're in Austin Powers. You miss dancing so much. Hey, no reason to not dance. Just go for it. You're dancing right now. You can do that more often. I am loving the image of you dancing like you're in Austin Powers because that's a heck of an opening scene. Good fun all the way through. You know what, y'all, this is the map that we built together on stream last Friday, and we're going to continue working on it this Friday. So if you want to tune in this Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central, we're going to be working on this map again. We're kind of building the terrain and whatnot, but we're building the lore of the map as well as we work on it. Hey, Alicia, good morning. Sorry, you joined right when it looks like we're in the map stream, but I was just giving a little preview because we said we'd talk about it a little bit. So anyway, here's our progress on the map from last week. And Friday, 2 days away, we're going to be back in here working on it. So yeah, guys, I'm excited. I look forward to these map streams. It was way too much fun. So yeah, that's coming up soon. Al, you said do a little promo after the next writing sprint. I mean, I guess we could do that. I guess we could push a couple books real quick. But we need to do a writing sprint first. So that's 5 minutes on the clock. Leisha, I hope your Wednesday's going good. Welcome in. And same for you. Other name wasn't available. Good morning. Everything's going good today. We're having fun. Just a chill stream. Just coasting through, having a good time, putting words on paper, talking about books. I guess we'll continue the question I've been asking everybody. What's your book rec? What's a book that you've read recently that you had a good time with? We've been talking about that a lot. So yeah, let me know, and we'll get to it after the word sprint here. Seth, hey, welcome in, buddy. You said, did I go to college for writing? Seth, I did go to college for writing, but I really don't recommend it. I mean, like if you're gonna have fun with it, and it's something that you think you can benefit from, then rock on. I'm not gonna say don't do it, but I found that I did not need to take college courses for writing. The best thing that I did to improve my writing was simply writing. It was reading more books and then writing short stories, writing novels, sending those short stories off to contests, and querying the novels to agents. That's really what made me better as a writer, not formal education. I love that about writing. I think you can get really good just from practice. You asked the book rec, do you want it to be fiction or nonfiction? Hey, whatever works for you. I'm interested in what you've read recently that just really stuck with you. So if that's fiction, rock on. If that's nonfiction, rock on. Heather said, if I open a book and there's a map, it automatically gets bonus points for me. Yeah, I feel you, Heather. I'm right there with you. Gotta spend some time getting lost in the map. All right, y'all, let's get to this writing sprint. Got the 5 minutes on the clock. Hey, if you're new around here, folks, we're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. It's a writing stream, creating stream. I write my next book live on camera, and I invite y'all to join with me. If you want to be writing for these next 5 minutes, maybe you're making visual art. Rafi was working on some music earlier. Whatever it is, for the next 5 minutes, we'll do it together. At the end, we'll circle back. We'll talk about how it went. And then we'll get back to talking about books, and I'll do Q&A about writing, publishing, whatever it is y'all want to talk about. We'll talk about it. Paul said maybe we use the dice to make your own adventure book kind of thing. Yeah, that could be fun. Let the dice make the choices for us. I kind of do that, Paul. That's kind of what not entirely in that, but that's I have character sheets for some of my characters, just for some of the books I do. And I'll straight up roll dice to see how they do in interactions. I'll be like, all right, give an investigation check in this scene, character. Did you notice the thing? Oh, you didn't? Okay, that's interesting. Thanks for the questions in chat, y'all. I'm going to do this writing sprint, and then we'll get back to it. But Seth, that's a good question. I am full-time, and the publishing process, it can be difficult, it can be easy. It's kind of different every time, but most of all, it's attainable. That's what matters. But yeah, please ask more questions about that. We'll get to them after the sprint here. I'm very happy to give guidance in how to get into writing, how to get better at it. You answered my question by saying Man's Search for Meaning is a great read. It gave you a ton of perspective, but it's a heavy one. Yeah, it sounds like a heavy one, but I'll write it down here. Well, we'll give it a look. Thank you for the rec. All right, let's get this writing sprint going. I've been teasing y'all with it forever, but now the timer's going, so there's nothing I can do. I just got to get these words on page. Y'all, if you're sprinting along with me, good luck. I hope it goes well. Let me know. Megan, welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate you joining us today. How's your Wednesday kicking off? Thank you for re-upping on the stream team. I appreciate that, Heartmeat. All right, how about a time check? 2 minutes 53. Woof. Okay, I thought I was further in, but we got a lot of time left. Let's keep these words flowing. Oh, you got sick kids, Megan? That's no fun. That's no fun. I imagine you're stuck at home with them, taking care of them, and trying not to get sick yourself, huh? I'm glad you're there for them, but don't be getting sick either. We need you. We need you happy and healthy. Ambid, you said you don't read often, but occasional visuals help break up the constant work of creating things in mind. Also helps us see what the writers picture these things as. Yeah, sure, I can see that. I can see that. Visuals are important. JR, your Wi-Fi is giving you troubles. Oh, sorry about that. That's never fun. Hey, folks, welcome in. Thanks for joining on this beautiful Wednesday morning. We're in the middle of a writing sprint, so I'm just putting some words into my novel right now. Let's see, we got 1:40 left on it. So feel free to drop any questions in chat. Any questions you got about writing, publishing, books, whatever it is, we'll talk about it. Like Chase just did. Thank you, not Chase Garrett. I appreciate that. Let me finish off this writing sprint. 1:20 left, and then we'll talk about it. Thanks for being here, folks. Oh, thank you for the follow, Chase, as well. Rock on, man. I hope your Wednesday's going good for you. That's a good question, JR. That's a good question. I will look into that after this sprint, which we're just about done with. Antenna, hey, welcome back in, buddy. I am the map guy, I guess you could say. We'll go ahead and call that sprint here, since we got some good questions flowing in. And we got some good words on it too. Yeah, JR. Talking about this, or not JR, sorry, Antenna. Talking about that. Yeah, we do our Friday map streams around here. You might have been here last Friday for that. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central. Monday to Thursday, we do writing and book streams. Kind of hang out, talk about that stuff. I write my next book live on stream, and that's going to be not that one. We have the wrong cover up. It'll be book 5 in this series. That's what we're working on now. But then on Fridays we do maps. We made a part of a good map last Friday. We're gonna keep picking it up this coming week, so it should be fun. Tune back in Friday. All right, well, good questions in chat, y'all. I appreciate that. Let's talk about them. Irish asked, "What's the most recent book that I've read?" Hey, Shag. First of all, Irish Shag, welcome in, folks. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Happy Wednesday to you. Let's go from the top here, actually. Not Chase Garrett. You said, "What's your personal favorite book that you have made or read?" Well, Chase, I appreciate the question. I'll do both answers because it's a little unfair to list one of my own books as my favorite book. But let's see, favorite book that I've read. I really like Everything by Joe Abercrombie. But I'm kind of, he's grimdark fantasy. I'm kind of in a happier reading taste right now. So I'm gonna go with Lord of the Rings. I really love Fellowship of the Ring. It's just so quaint, and it's kind of like the darkness hasn't picked up too much in the series yet. So there's a lot of traveling through the countryside and whatnot. Just kind of cozy. So I really love that book. I'm gonna go with that as my favorite that I've read. And then favorite that I've made. If we pop over to my books here. Yeah, it's magical, isn't it, Chase? It's an intangible thing, but it's a lovely story. The Fellowship of the Ring, that is. As to my favorite book that I've made, y'all, it's got to be Wriggly Little Hands, right here in the top middle. But that one is not out yet. That's a comedy fantasy. Follows a bumbling family of goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, and how they accidentally do good at every turn. They're not quite as evil as they think they are. But that's not out till May 27th, so That's my comedy fantasy. It's coming. If I got to pick a favorite from what I've written that you guys can actually pick up, it's going to be The Far Wild or Servant of Rage. Top right or top left. Depends on the vibes you're looking for. Probably The Far Wild edges it out for me because it's like a Jurassic Park kind of thriller vibes. But if you're more into like fight scenes and like Dragon Ball Z fight scenes with a Highlander magic system, Servant of Rage is more gritty and more up that alley. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that. JR, you asked, do I know if audiobooks need an ISBN? JR, I don't remember off the top of my head. The audiobook publisher is always taking care of the audiobook process for me, but I can Google it. I mean, Google says they do require a unique ISBN, which I guess makes sense. You know what? Actually, JR, I did know that. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought there. I did know that, JR, because every unique format of your book needs an ISBN, like if it's an ebook or a paperback or a hardback. So audiobooks, I don't know why they'd be excluded. So that makes sense. Yeah, they do. Irish McNasty asked, what's the most recent book you've read? Most recent, let's see. I think it's Last Stop by Django Wexler. Let's see, let's drop it in chat here. It's called Last Stop by Django Wexler. I showed it off earlier on stream. It's a really good book. I'll just say this. The cover has a World War II fighter plane dogfighting with a giant flying insect. It's incredible. It's a ton of fun. Kirsten, welcome in. Sorry I took so long to get there. But hey, good morning to you. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Paul, you said, I have a hot take. I don't like Tolkien's writing. I respect him for who he is, but I can't get into it. I understand if that means I'm banned. Paul, you're good. You're good. Hey, art's subjective. You're allowed not to like it. You're absolutely allowed not to like it. I mean, you're wrong. But nah, it's fine, man. Contrastingly, JR is a huge LOTR fan. I always make my boyfriend watch the movies in a row with me. He got, yeah, rock on. JR, I agree with you there. I think I probably watch the movies maybe 3 times a year. They're so good. They're just so good. And I'm not someone who rewatches stuff. Other name wasn't available. He said, if I read the books put together by Christopher Tolkien, I have. Yeah. Particularly Unfinished Tales was the one that I really resonated with. It's been a while since I've read the others. Honestly, I've probably forgotten a lot of them. I really like the source material the most, though. I mean, Christopher did a great job, continuing the story and the world, giving us more little moments to enjoy from it. So I appreciate him for that. I take it you've read them as well. Other name. Not Chase Garrett says, is it like a John Johnson Jurassic Park or a Steven Spielberg or Joe Johnson Jurassic Park or Steven Spielberg Jurassic Park? Garrett is asking about my book, The Far Wild. Here, I'll get you the big cover of it. Boom. There it is. It's more like classic Jurassic Park, if you're asking. I love classic Jurassic Park, particularly the books, actually. Jurassic Park and the Lost World by Michael Crichton. They were big inspiration for this. So yeah, we're gonna go with the good Jurassic Park. Yeah, like Michael Crichton Jurassic Park, Paul. Absolutely. All right, let's see. We're catching up here. Oh, JR, you're good. I mean, that was a good question, and I knew the answer to it. I just blanked in the moment. Cassidy said you're going to get going to spend some time with my girlfriend before she has to go to work. Hey, no worries, Cassidy. Thank you for joining us for a bit. We were happy to have you. Happy to have you again next time and get that quality time in. Shagsworth, you're currently reading Lonesome Dove, and it's so great. Such compelling characters. What is that? Lonesome Dove. I feel like I've heard that name before. Well, it's a Pulitzer Prize-winning Western novel by Larry McMurtry, says Google. So I imagine it's probably a good one. Interesting. Well, hey, I'm glad you're having a good time with it. I'll keep that up there on my search so I can look into all these after the stream. I appreciate y'all mentioning them. Y'all give me the lowdown on the good books. Kirsten said, happy Wednesday. Just listening to the convo as I work. Hey, rock on, Kirsten. Glad to have you here for that. Sometimes, we're a live stream, but sometimes we're a podcast. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Slindy said my mom wasn't into Tolkien until my dad sat her down and explained the movies beat by beat to her. Hey, I mean, if that's what it takes to spread the good word of Tolkien, I'm here for it. You said you really liked The Fall of Gondolin. It was super interesting to see the first draft of Middle Earth. Yeah, kind of see the ideas that shaped it, right? I can see that. I've heard that one recommended a lot. That is not one that I've read, so I need to get to that maybe. But we're working through the trilogy first, and maybe a quick reread on The Hobbit, and then we can explore some more. Paul said if you enjoy Jurassic Park, you'll love The Far Wild. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate you shouting out my own books for me. Yeah, y'all, if any of these are interesting to you, you can find them on Amazon or at authoralexknight.com. They're available in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And I often get questions about how folks can support, if they can donate, if I have a Patreon, anything like that, and I super appreciate that, y'all. It's absolutely flattering, but honestly, really the best thing you can do if you want to give back a little bit, check out my books. If any of them catch your eye, pick one up. That's all. No worries. Not Chase Garrett says I'll have to buy a copy. I'm looking to start a proper book set. Well, Chase, thank you. I appreciate that. If you're interested in one, please give it a try. But no pressure. All right, maybe a little pressure since I did write them, but no pressure. Shags, you can't recommend Lonesome Dove enough. All right, sick. Well, I'll give it a look. It sounds like it's heavy, from what I looked at real quick. Ronnie, you said, funny story, I read dozens of Nancy Drew books as a kid, but can't remember anything that happened. Hey, nothing wrong with that. There's so many Nancy Drew books. They're fun, though, right? I kind of got into a Nancy Drew phase. Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys. Just kind of pop back and forth between them. They're just fun books, right? They're not world changing or anything, but they're just good fun. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Books can just be fun sometimes. Slindy said, your dad tried to take your mom to the movies without her ever knowing any of it, and she was confused. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like baggage in Lord of the Rings, right? It's got a prequel that happens 3,000 years before the story, so like, there's it takes a little bit to get into it, but man, is it worth it. Kirsten said Tolkien and GRM are I assume you like good. You like them. They're your favorite. Yeah, it's good authors, man. You can't really go wrong. I really like George R.R. Martin's written work. Like the TV series was good until it wasn't, as everybody knows. But I really enjoyed the books. That man made me hungry with his descriptions of feasts. I would read the book for like an hour before bed each night, and that dude just made me so freaking hungry every night. Slindy said then he took her to her symphony, playing the music, and she decided to try again. Man, that was a journey she went on. Kirsten, you're fine. You're fine. If I apologized for all my typos, I'd be just spinning the whole stream apologizing. We don't even want to look at my raw work over here I've been writing on stream today. It is ugly. But Slindy, no, it sounds like she went on a journey to get into the Lord of the Rings, but I'm glad she got there in the end. Well worth it, I'd say. I hope she agrees. You're going to go ahead and say that Fall of Gondolin is your fiction book rec. Sick. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind. Add it to the list over here. Thank you for shouting out the books you're enjoying, folks. I really appreciate that. Antenna asked, how do you write in Microsoft Word? Antenna, I use Google Docs. So I'm just writing in my web browser. I like it. It's relatively simple, relatively easy to use. And it syncs between my MacBook and my desktop. That's what's most important, because most days I'm writing at the desktop, but a lot of the time I'm writing on the go. I like to go to the local library or whatever, and my MacBook's great for that. So the fact that Google Drive syncs the writing, it's accessible on PC and Mac, is perfect for me. Kirsten said, I agree about the show. What's your current read? Current read is Fellowship of the Ring. Kirsten, but I have like 10 books that I'm currently reading right now. I'm also reading what is it? We Hunt the Night, I believe it's called. Yeah, We Hunt. No, that's not it. What is? I need to move my TBR pile in here so I can like pull it. I can't remember the title right now, but it's like a 1980s popcorn fiction vampire book set in Victorian London. So I totally dig that. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm also reading the Ballad of God, I'm blanking on all these. The Ballad of Sunny Graves, I think it is. Ballad of Perilous Graves. There we go. It's set in like an urban fantasy New Orleans. Having a lot of fun with that one too. So yeah, I got a bunch of books I'm reading. The primary one is Fellowship of the Ring right now. Shagsworth, you asked what music do we have on? Hey, I'm ready for that question, Shag. It is right here. I just dropped a link to the Spotify playlist for it all. But it's 4 songs from creator Kevin MacLeod, which are available for Creative Commons use. They're just kind of like background music that he makes. Really good stuff. And then the 5th song was made by Raffi the engineer. I'll put it on right now. This is Raffi's song, our community member. Made this just for stream. Leisha said it claims to be based off of Lord of the Rings, but it's based off Beren and Luthien and Fall of Gondolin. I can see that, Leisha. You're talking about Don Marshall's Unpredicted Party. He's on TikTok, right, Don Marshall? I feel like I recognize. Oh no, maybe it's. I don't know. It seems like several people with Don Marshall. Yeah. Okay, no, he's on TikTok. I thought so. I thought I recognized that name. I follow him. Yeah, there it is. I love his stuff. It's really fun. I love his D&D vibes. Shags, the music is on Spotify for Kevin MacLeod. Raffi's, I don't know. Raffi's in chat. They can answer that one for you. I don't know if they've posted it anywhere other than just making it for the stream. Impage says, is there another Alex Knight author, or did you write The Adventures of Ariel Moondrove? Dove. No, Impage, there is another Alex Knight out there. We often get confused for one another. Unfortunately, we are both writing under the same name. They write more detective fiction, kind of thrillers, stuff like that. And I do fantasy. But we do get confused. Like Goodreads once in a while will assign a book to the wrong Alex Knight, and we got to sort it out. So I've never actually spoken with the other Alex Knight. But we kind of interact, and like, you know, our orbits run into each other once in a while as we're like trying to reclaim a book or something. It's kind of funny. Garrett, you said okay, you're talking to Raffi. Rock on. Other name asked, do you read on your phone a lot? My wife reads nonstop on her phone, but I need a physical book. I do prefer physical books, but I read a lot on my phone and on an old Kindle that I've got. Kind of just depends on the scenario. If I'm at home, I love a good paperback, you know, sitting down with actual pages. But the Kindle, the phone, man, you just can't beat that for traveling and having a bunch of books with you. It's not as nice, you know, as a paperback page, in my opinion. A physical page feels good, but having, you know, your entire library accessible with a few taps on your phone is pretty rocking. Yeah, Shags, I dropped that. I'll redrop that Spotify playlist for you. It'll have all the music that I'm using on stream here, except Raffi's. So I hope that helps. And you said you got to go drop the kids off at school. Hey, no worries, Shags. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you stopping by for a bit. And hope to see you again. Don't forget that map stream on Friday. We're going to have a good time. Impage says there must be only one Alex Knight. We must lead a crusade. There's enough room in the world for 2 Alex Knights. And hey, Impage, I got bad news for you, man. There's also an audio narrator named Alex Knight. And I believe there's another famous Alex Knight. It's like an actor trying to make it work. So we are legion. There are many Alex Knights. Jasmine, hey, welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're doing good today. Thanks for stopping by. Raffi said, Alex, what other fantasy series should Chase get? If you're looking for a series, Chase, do you dig like darker fantasy, or kind of what sort of vibes are you going for? Because my instinct is to recommend Joe Abercrombie, because I absolutely love Abercrombie's works. If you're looking for good characters, man, he does the best characters. So my instinct is to say Joe Abercrombie, but if you don't like, you know, fantasy that's a little bit darker and not so happy, I would not recommend that. But let me know your taste, and I'll pull a rec for you. Paul, I did miss the question. I did miss your question, but I have read Douglas Adams. He is, I agree with you, man. He's one of my favorites for sure and a massive inspiration. Um, y'all, this book right here, Wriggly Little Hands, this is straight up inspired by Terry Pratchett and Douglas Adams. Like, I read those when I was really young as a kid. Um, I still reread them, absolutely love them. They full on inspired every bit of this book. So yeah, big Douglas Adams fan. Happy to meet a fellow Douglas Adams fan, Paul. Dude's insane. He's just so unhinged. Yeah, Raffi Terry Brooks is a solid rec. You can't go wrong with that. Terry Brooks, just solid fantasy right there. Ronnie said, team up and write a book called Darkest Night from the minds of Alex Knight and Alex Knight. Ronnie, I love it. That would be very fun. I wonder what genre it would be, because I mean, I do the fantasy. He does like detective thrillers. So I guess we meet in the middle and do like an urban fantasy. Good work. Good work. Hey, maybe we'll reach out to my fellow pen name author out there. Fellow holder of the title, Alex Knight. Jordan, you're late, but good morning. No worries, Jordan. There's no late around here. You tuned in, so we're happy to have you. How's your Wednesday going? We're having a lively one here today. Just kind of hanging out, doing a lot of book talk, which book talk on TikTok. Which I'm pretty good with that, you know. We talk a lot about writing, but you know what? There's a lot of readers hanging out here too. So maybe we should talk a bit more about the end product, you know, the books themselves. Yeah, that's the go-to quote, right, Paul? I love that Douglas Adams quote. The ship hung in the air much in the way that bricks don't. You're right. It's a ridiculous way to describe it, but it makes perfect sense, right? Like, it really puts that image in your head of like, this ship should not be hovering here like this, but it absolutely is. It's great. Douglas Adams has an incredible ability to say something very funny, but also have it make sense within, like, it advances the plot, right? It's not just a joke for the sake of a joke. It's a joke that also says something about the story and tells you something about the characters. It's very hard to do, but it's great. It's what makes a good comedy book. I feel like Adams did that really well, and then Terry Pratchett is a lot more about the satire, where like his jokes were all cutting criticisms of modern society, disguised as jokes, so you can still laugh about it and have a good time. And I feel like that's important for comedy. You know, it has to be funny, but it has to have something else, some other element in there. That's kind of what makes it work. If it's just funny, if there's nothing else to it, then it's, you know, it's fun. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like it just needs a little extra something in there. Not Chase Garrett, you said I just ordered your book along with the Witcher set and the new LRTR Lord of the Rings special illustrated book. Well, thank you, Chase. I appreciate that. Which one did you pick up? Probably Servant of Rage would be my guess. But it could be, I guess I recommended Far Wild, so one of the two. But thank you very much. And you got it along with the Witcher set. Oof, boy, that's tough company to keep. And the illustrated Lord of the Rings. I mean, holy cow, dude. Rock on. No, thank you. You picked up the Far Wild. Well, thank you very much. I'm a little bit intimidated having it picked up in the same order with The Witcher and Lord of the Rings, but at the same level, flattered. So, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know. Let me know how it goes for you. Oh, Raffi, you said as an exclusive comedy reader, Pratchett is elite. Absolutely. I mean, how do you top Terry Pratchett? Dude has written so many books, and they're all just incredible. So, big shout to Terry Pratchett, man. He rocks. The Discworld books are so many. You can't go wrong with it. Jordan, you said I keep seeing Robin Hobb on my For You page. Yeah, Robin Hobb's another solid fantasy author. Right there, middle of the fantasy universe. Love Hobb. There's a reason you keep seeing him on your For You page, because very popular author, very successful. Like I said, you really can't go wrong. Paul, you said I've never read Terry Pratchett. Where would you start? Paul, there's a lot of guides online that'll talk about like the best book to start in the Discworld series, because it's like 40 books. But the good news, Paul, is the Discworld books don't... Oh, wow. Thank you for the gift there, Dogtown. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And welcome in, buddy. I hope your Wednesday's going good. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by. I was talking to Paul about Terry Pratchett. There's really no wrong place to start with the Discworld series. The books don't really go... I mean, they go in an order, kind of, but like you're not going to lose anything from reading them out of order. I think realistically, just pick one that sounds the most interesting to you. But here, if you want a solid place to start, let's see. I'll give you one of my favorites. Guards is an incredible one, very solid one to start with. I'll put the title in. There we go. I might have an exclamation mark on the end of it too, actually. Actually, I might have it wrong. It might be guards, exclamation mark, guards. Yes, it is. Let's correct that. It is guards. That's a good place to start by Terry Pratchett. Good Omens is another fun one as well. Yeah, shout out to Raffi for that. Really, Paul, you can't go wrong, though. You really can't go wrong. Discworld is just a ton of fun. Chase, you said, I love fantasy, and anything that doesn't exist in real life is always cool, and if you add swords, it's even better. That's kind of a motto to live by there, huh? I could rock with that. Full agree, Chase, full agree. All right, y'all, well, I have been going for a minute here and not done a writing sprint, but this is a writing stream, isn't it? Been more of a book stream today, which, hey, nothing wrong with that. Love talking about it with you. Paul, you're off to get breakfast? Hey, no worries, buddy. Enjoy that breakfast. Y'all, if you're still hanging out, if you're new here, hey, first of all, welcome in. Pleasure to have you. I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing full-time since 2018, and these are all my book ones here. You can check them out on Amazon. They're available in ebook, audiobook, and paperback, or you can go to authoralexknight.com and read a bit more about them. If any of the covers catch your eye, please let me know. But, hey, welcome into our stream, folks. It's our cozy corner of the internet. Try to kick the day off right, send you out into the world with some good vibes. What we do here is Monday to Thursday. We do writing sprints for 5 minutes. Focused creativity. I write my next book on stream. I invite you to create along with me. Then we come back and we talk about books, reading, writing, publishing, whatever it is y'all want to talk about. And then on Fridays, I'm going to push it hard today, but Fridays we do map making live streams. We make maps together on stream. Ton of fun. Really enjoyed it last week, so we're going to kick it off again this Friday. But for now, we got 5 minutes on the clock, so I'm going to do my writing sprint, and I encourage y'all to create along with me. Whatever it is you're working on, please have at it. Slindy, you're having M&Ms for breakfast. I mean, I'm sure it tastes good. Might not be the most filling breakfast, but I'm sure it tastes good. Breakfast of champions, water and M&Ms. Gibby, you said you had a bagel and an apple cinnamon oatmeal. Okay, rock on. That's very breakfasty breakfast. Sounds good. Scrapple and eggs for you, says Chase. What is Scrapple? I've not heard of Scrapple. Is that a typo, or is that something I just haven't heard of? It's a Pennsylvania Dutch breakfast meat made from pork, cornmeal, and other offal. Well, no. All right. Learning stuff. Rock on, Chase. That's a very interesting one there. Marigold said, SOS, answer after sprint. Writing my fantasy novel, and I'm worried that world building. I guess you said answer it after sprint. So sick. Yeah, finish that question, Marigold. And after the sprint, we'll talk about it. Antenna, you're just rocking that coffee for breakfast? Yeah, I'm right there with you. Just coffee or tea, one of the two. That's all I have for breakfast most days. Jordan, you got the blueberry muffin? Ooh, love it. Yeah, Marigold, hit me with that question after the sprint, but I'm happy to talk about it. And for now, y'all, let's add some words on the page. The timer's a ticking, so if you're sprinting along with me, good luck. I'm gonna see if we can't get this word count up a bit. We're struggling today on the words, but you know what? That happens sometimes. It's all good. All right, how's that timer looking? 3 minutes. Woof. All right, that was a pretty good, pretty fast. Added those words pretty quick in there. Um, yeah, good question there, Marigold. I really like that. I'm excited to talk about it. And y'all, I'm gonna actually do something here. We're gonna, if you're sprinting along with me, please continue. I'm gonna let this timer keep running for it. But y'all, I need to practice what I preach for a little bit here. So, what I mean is, I always tell you, you gotta, if you want to, make writing a routine, you gotta stick with it every day, right? And set your schedule and hit it because it becomes a routine. But there's always the caveat of if you're just not feeling it, it's really not clicking for you that day, just get a couple sentences in, just something, at least one sentence, to fulfill that requirement of having written for the day, keep your routine rolling. But don't, you don't have to force it every day. So I'm going to do that for myself right now. I am struggling with my my chapter that I'm writing right now. We're up to what? 584 words, but I can tell that I'm just not putting good words in here. So I'm not going to keep hammering away at it and adding bad words in here that are just going to need to be edited out. I'm going to practice what I preach for a little bit here and just say this chapter is not cutting it right now, so we're going to need to look at that off stream, take some quiet time with it and figure it out. I think the issue is that the outline is a little weak in this chapter, and it feels like this chapter is not necessarily necessary, honestly. So realistically, I think I need to probably just turn it into a bullet point, essentially, in another chapter. Kind of roll it into the next chapter, because it's just not, it doesn't need to be here. So minute 30 left on that sprint. If you were sprinting along with me, please keep going. But I'm going to step away from that sprint and talk to chat, talk with these questions, because I always say, you got to write every day to keep your streak going, but some days it's just not there, right? So I think for today, it's just not here for me. I'm not sure it's a lack of creativity so much as it is like I said, the outline's a bit flawed in this point. I need to fix that. So instead of hammering away at a dead end, we're gonna come to chat and see if I can't help y'all out a little bit. So let's talk about it. Let me catch up on what was happening here. Marigold, you said the part 2 of 3 was building in the beginning is creating a slow start. My character kills someone in chapter 2. There's a lot of tension that clicks into place once she discovers she has magical abilities, explaining her blackening vision and empathy. So my question is, how do you ensure world building doesn't create a slow start? Marigold, so what I would do here, it sounds to me just from a quick read like the story is probably starting a bit too early. The goal of the way you hook a reader in really well is you want the story to start as late as it possibly can. And still make sense. So you want to take it all the way up to the last possible moment you can start that story, and then start there. It sounds like maybe you're starting a little too early and getting the world building in a bit too soon. As authors, our instinct and our excitement is to bring in that world building right away. We want to get excited about it. We want to share the cool things of our world. But what hooks readers most is character. People want to care about a character right off the bat, and we need to give that to them pretty much as soon as we can. So I think, Marigold, you could probably solve this by starting more at what, from what you described there. It sounds like there's a pivotal moment with that character. Start your story there. And anything that happened before that you feel is essential can be revealed as backstory later on, or it can just be told through internal monologuing later. Give that a shot. And then as to the world building, I think you can sprinkle in the world building here and there as the story progresses. It doesn't need to be explained right off the bat. It's okay if readers aren't fully understanding everything initially. You don't want to make them too confused, but you don't have to lay it all out right away. Readers will accept some level of confusion early on. So I hope that helps. Please let me know. But if you have follow-up questions also, please feel free to ask them. Rafi said, I keep having structure issues within the chapter. My paragraphs are out of order. And we're waiting on the second part of that comment. So as I'm waiting on that, I'll read the other stuff. Antenna Dude says, I'm technical writing. It's more like programming manuals to automatically write themselves. Hey, that sounds cool. That's a cool way to describe it, Antenna. I like it. And hey, technical writing, just as important. Just as skilled as well. It's a different way of delivering information, but it's very important, right? We tell pretty lies, and you have to tell simple truths in your writing. A.R. Roslin said, I'm on chapter 8 and I feel like I put too much downtime as I still haven't even left the Everglow, which I imagine is your starting place. Rafi, I think your second message didn't come through, so if you can, maybe there it is. Oh, okay, gotcha. I see it, Rafi. Sick. All right, so I will return to your question here in just a moment. AR, if you feel like you put too much downtime, what I would do is go through what you've already written and find anything that feels excessive and create a second copy of the story that cuts all that. Maintain your original version because maybe you end up going back to it, but cut out anything that doesn't feel immediately necessary. Realistically, I think to readers, books feel like there's a lot going on, a lot of time and space, and we progress at a nice trot. But I think to writers, the story should feel a lot slimmer. We should feel like there's so much more we could be giving, and we're not because it's not plot relevant. So I think try to cut anything, like mercilessly cut anything that isn't immediately serving the plot or the characters. See if that slims it down so you feel like there's less downtime there. And don't be afraid to do time skips. Like, if nothing interesting is happening between events, it's totally fine just to skip ahead to one event, to the next most relevant event. Give that a shot and let me know what you think. Rebel Sheep Media, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Happy Wednesday to you. Thanks for being here. And you have a cool name. Rafi, all right, let me reread your question. You said, I keep having structure issues within the chapter. My paragraphs are out of order, but I catch them. They're quite literally right after each other. I just can't get the flow right. Yeah, Rafi, that can happen. That can happen sometimes. Your flow state's not really there. I think a solution to that would be separate them out. Instead of having them as like one, linked prose, one section of text, try to separate them out and look at them almost as like index cards, right? Feel free to swap them around as feels necessary to you. See if swapping them a little bit kind of makes a bit more sense. If that doesn't solve it, what I would do is I would progress on to the rest of the story and then come back after a couple days and look at this part with fresh eyes. See if that changes your perspective. Sometimes stepping away is what you need. If you come back with those fresh eyes and it still feels like it's out of order and it's not quite there, what I would do is I would open up that chapter again on a fresh blank, word processor and basically rewrite that chapter. See if, that flow kind of comes naturally as you do it a second time. Because sometimes, the first draft is just telling yourself the story. Sometimes you have to experience the story in order to know how best to tell it. And so there's nothing wrong with stepping away, coming back, and if you still see there's an issue with it, then try to redo it. Try to write it now that you kind of know what comes next. It might help smooth it out for you. Hey, and thank you for the follow, William Bergman. I appreciate that. For the follow and the rose. Thank you very much. Welcome in, William. Happy Wednesday to you. How you doing today? This is normally a writing stream. Monday to Thursday I write live on stream, and then on Fridays we make fantasy maps. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. That's what we're normally doing, but you know what? Today I'm practicing a bit of what I preach. The words just aren't flowing for me today. We're not getting there. I think I've got some structural issues with my outline in this chapter. So I'm going to step back from my word goal today and say that's okay. Let's interact with chat for the rest of it. I'm going to take your questions, see if I can't help you all with your writing, and we'll kind of let it go where it goes for the next 20 or so minutes here, because I'm not going to force it. I can feel that I'm not putting good words on the page. So I'm going to just, we're going to call it there. I've got 584 words, and you know what? We don't always hit that word goal. So sometimes it's healthy to step back and reevaluate. So that's what we're going to do today. And let me look at all this chat because we got some good questions coming in here. Jordan says, I don't know where to start. Should I start at the very beginning? Oh, wait, sorry. There was a question preceding this, Jordan. Let me see if I can find that. Well, he said, I don't know where to start. Should I start at the very beginning of their life or when they... I don't think the second one came through. You also feel like the very beginning of the character's life could be a prologue. I feels any tips for world building? Yeah, absolutely. Give me just 1 second and we'll get to that. Rafi, you said you like that idea. Yeah, I hope the rereading helps, but also just give some space. Give a couple days and then come back to it. Seeker, spot on. Fully agree with what you're saying there.
Yeah, AR, if you're describing something too often, feel free to cut those descriptions. We don't really need to describe it as much as we think we do. I find that I want to over describe things, but what's best for me is to describe it to what I consider 80% of a full description and then leave the rest of it not there. Because the magic of writing, in my opinion, happens in the space between the page and the reader's mind, the reader's imagination. I'll do 80% of a description, leave the rest up, what's the word? Ambiguous. And then the reader will fill in that gap in their imagination. And it's really cool to watch that happen. That's the magic of writing right there. And I think you're going to get better descriptions overall if you don't try to dictate every little detail, but leave room for the reader to play in the space essentially. Jordan, to your question, I'm gonna think about how to answer it. Prologues you got to be careful with prologues. They can often delay the start of your story. Oh, okay, Jordan. Yeah. I know this. Is this a story you shared in Discord, I believe, right? I think personally, having read some of that, if it's the one I'm thinking of, you could start. I like starting further along. Like I said, start as late as you can in the book, and you can give the rest of that information as backstory as the story progresses. I think you want, like I said, you want to start at the latest point you can in the story. To hook people immediately, because people want to join in and they want to feel like, oh, we're moving, we're going someplace. Tommy boy, hey, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in, glad to have you. I feels you had asked any tips on world building. Hey, thanks for asking that, and thanks for hanging around for the answer. Sorry to make you wait for it. I feels for world building, are we just talking general here? Because what I like to do for world building is find something that's inspiring me, like something that just like a cool concept, a cool part of the world, and I just follow that. I just kind of, in my head, I try to take a walk through a scene there, and I just kind of describe what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. Or maybe this will help. I have a big project that it's a book that I want to write in the background. It's not on my publishing schedule. It's not financially sensible to write it right now, but I'm just playing with it. I'm having fun with it. So what I'm doing is I've built the world, and then I have planned out like 10 scenes that I want to write from various places in the world. So I'm going to do a little scene that's just a person walking through the market on a busy day. I got another scene of someone kicking their morning off and going through the streets before the world is kind of woken up. I've got another scene of like going to a busy tavern at the end of the day, et cetera, et cetera. And these are not going to be long. These are going to be 4 paragraphs maybe. But the idea is just to put yourself into that world and just like imagine walking down the street. What's happening around you? What does it smell like? What's the sky like? Just kind of play in the space. Go into that world and feel free to exist there and describe what you see. And it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be certain what you write down from this. You're exploring right now. So you pick out the ideas you like best and keep those in the story. So I hope that helped with world building. Let me know. That's how I do it, if the world doesn't come to me right away. Rafi said to everyone watching, Alex is only 10 followers away from 850. Make sure to hit that like or that follow button. Rafi, thank you. I appreciate the shout there. And yeah, y'all, we're trying to climb to 1,000 followers. We've been climbing fast. I appreciate you guys getting me there with the follows and tuning in with the stream. So I guess, yeah, live a self promo. Please do follow if you're having fun. Let's see. Rafi said, not everyone knows what it looked like. Geo, hey, welcome in, buddy. And Devin as well. Welcome in, guys. Happy Wednesday. How's your day going? We're doing good here. We actually, we called it quits, you could say, on the writing sprints today, just because, y'all, I want to practice what I preach. I say if, you want to write every day, and we did write 584 words, but, I could tell that this chapter just wasn't working. I need to go back to the outline and kind of clean it up, kind of focus it up. So I didn't want to keep adding bad words. So we're just in full-on audience interaction mode. I'm taking as many questions as I can here, trying to help y'all with your writing. So if you got anything like that, please ask. Because I'm happy with the words that I got, but I could just feel the more I was writing on this chapter today, it just wasn't getting there. So yeah, please keep asking questions, y'all. We'll get to them all. And real quick, we'll just do a little promo. Hey, welcome in, folks. We got some new folks hanging out. If this is your first time here, we're happy to have you. Welcome to our cozy corner of the internet. We try to send everybody out to their day with some good vibes, some good feels going on. I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing since 2018 full time. These are my book ones. You can pick them up on Amazon or at authoralexknight.com. They're available as ebook, paperback, audiobooks. If any of them look interesting to you, any catch your eye, please let me know. I'm happy to talk about them. But in the meantime, I'm happy to take your questions as well and work through some writing together. If you're interested in the stream, we're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And on Fridays we are doing map streams now. We're making fantasy maps together. Just started it last Friday and it went so well, we're going to do it every Friday. So yeah, come on back on Friday. We're going to be making a map together. It's been a ton of fun. And I guess one more thing that I need to promo that I haven't done even once today, y'all. I'm not on it today. We have a Discord server for this community. Happens, when the live ends, the fun continues in the Discord server. We're approaching 100 members there, which is absolutely nuts to me. I can't believe we've grown so much. So if y'all are interested in hanging out with the community once the live ends, there's the Discord link in chat. And you can also pull it off of my bio on TikTok. All right. There's the promo. Now let's get to your questions. I see a lot of them coming in, so I appreciate that. Chat, thank you for helping Jordan with their question. I appreciate that. That's super cool, y'all. iFeels, you said thanks. Any tips on showing rather than telling? iFeels, I think, it's a common thing you hear to show, not to tell. I think that's flawed. Realistically, you should show the important things, you should tell the unimportant things. I think a story should be 40 to 50% showing and 40 to 50%, or I guess the rest of the ratio telling, because some things have to be told. Just navigating through a scene quickly, you need to tell things. But when it comes to specifically showing, save it for the important things, and just describe going through it. What does it smell like where you're at with whatever you're doing? What does it feel like? Really put yourself there from a first-person point of view, and feel what it's like in that moment. But don't feel the pressure to show everything. There's a lot of advice out there that says, show, don't tell, as if that's, the end-all, be-all. But again, it's a ratio. Oh, hey, question from YouTube. Hey, thank you, Renegade. You said, if you were writing a chapter with characters that have different levels of knowledge, do you ever find it hard to remember who knows what at that point in the plot? Oh, that's a good question there, Renegade. Rock on. I hope I didn't miss that too long. I hope you didn't ask it too long ago. Yeah, it is a little bit hard. What I would do is I would just have a note for who knows what at that point in time, and I'd kind of keep it balanced in my head, kind of like juggling. I'm kind of holding those balls in the air, those spinning plates. I would definitely use notes in the background to help me remember that, because that's an easy thing to forget. And honestly, it's something you got to be really close with in editing. You got to give it a good look, and make sure you're not have anybody saying something they wouldn't know at that point in time. It's honestly just something you got to take a genuine effort at, of making sure you keep that information separate, and then really pay attention to it in the edits to make sure you got it right, because it's so easy to let a piece of information slip that a character shouldn't have known. I've had editors catch that for me, where they're like, I don't think they know this at this point in time. Great question, though. Let's see what else. Slendy said, I'm trying to draw something, but it's not happening. Hey, Slendy, I'm trying to write something, but it's not happening. That's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes. So it's healthy to step back sometimes. Will Rise says, hey, what program do you use as your word counter? Rise, it is, I've actually just screen captured. Let's see. Yeah, it's just out of view here on this window, but I can pull it up real quick. Hold, please. It is display capture. Where is it? I'm getting lost in my scenes here. Well, I guess I don't know how to fix it at the moment. What I was going to say, Rise, is the word counter is literally just a screen capture of my word count from Google Docs. So you can see I got my mouse over it right now. When you're on Google Docs, if you hit Control Shift C, yeah, Control Shift C, it brings up. Here we go. I can show you that way. It brings up this little window, and you got a checkbox for display word count while typing. So I've got that checked on. That puts a little word count box right down here on the bottom of your document, and I just have a screen capture on that word count box. That's how I'm doing the live word count. Poison, hey, welcome in. Glad to see you. Sorry it took me so long to get to you. I was way back in the chat. Um, Glad to have you. Happy Wednesday. I hope it's going well for you. Um, Gio, you said it is that kind of day. You woke up late and you're exhausted. Man, I feel you. Um, Wednesday's just Wednesday's giving us a little trouble. That's all right. We're gonna power on through. Tommy Boy Music, you said, is it hard to describe what something smells like? I think it's gonna vary person to person, Tommy. It's not particularly hard for me. I just kind of sit there and imagine it. Um, but if you're having trouble describing something, here's a little hack for you. Um, Describe it. I say normally describe things to 80% and let the reader's imagination fill in the last 20%. If you're having trouble describing something, like you just can't quite get it right, there's nothing wrong with being vague about it. Like you want good descriptions in most of your book, but if you just can't nail down that description, either cut it and don't even try, or be vague about it and let the reader fill in even more of it. Maybe you give a 40% description, let the reader fill in a whole 60%. Because the reader's going to imagine it how they are, and if you can't get a focused idea for how to describe it, then just be a little vague with it and let the readers take it from there. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, you're all good, Rise. You just changed your name. All good. Um, oh, poison. Yeah, I like that description. You got to clear the road and repave because this chapter wasn't working for me today. So better than adding more bad words to it and know that I'm not doing a good job. We're gonna revisit the outline, clean it up, and then come back and take another shot at it. All right, I'm gonna do rapid fire answers here because I'm way too far back in chat. But thank you for all the questions. Impage, you said, how do you help with pacing? If you feel something is happening too fast or too slow, how do you change? Just spend more or less time in that moment, Impage. What you should do is, if it's happening too fast, slow it down and draw that moment out. More words describing that moment. If it's happening too slow, cut words. It's really just how many words. Words are time, not just time to read, but also they are time in the sense of the fiction progressing. So the more words you give to a thing, the longer the reader imagines that thing is taking in the text. So really, words are your tempo. Less words to go faster, more words to go slower. Rafi, you said, what's the best use of an epilogue? Rafi, hands down, the best use of an epilogue is introducing information that completely redefines the ending of the story. You have your last chapter, you hit someone with it, and you're like, boom, there's the end of the book. But maybe there's a little twist we're going to throw in there. And that's the best use of an epilogue for me. End the book nice with a good, strong ending, and then completely subvert it all in the epilogue afterward. I think that's a lovely way to do it. I feels the answer helped you. Rock on. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I try to do my best. Antenna Dude said you can make character sheets and edit them as you go with notes when one learns something. Oh, that is an answer to Renegade's question from YouTube. As a reminder, folks, Renegade said if you are writing a chapter with characters that have different levels of knowledge, do you ever find it hard to remember who knows what at what point? And I gave my answer about that. Yeah, I do find it hard, and I keep notes on how to who knows what at what point in time. But Antenna has a great answer here. Says make a character sheet and edit them as you go, updating with notes of when folks learn something. Always fun to have character sheets for your characters, and that's a good solution to it. Rock on, Antenna. Other name, you said, do you ever world build with ChatGPT? I tried it today and it was interesting. I don't use AI in any capacity. I know some folks have been using it for brainstorming. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it for brainstorming. I guess everybody's kind of figured that out themselves. I'm just kind of opposed to AI on a fundamental level. I like it in concept. I hate that it has been developed by stealing so much. So I don't really like it for that reason, and I avoid it. I enjoy writing and creating so much that ChatGPT would feel like cutting corners to me. Maybe it doesn't to you, and that's fine. Not gonna judge there. That's for everybody to determine. But for me personally, I just love the nitty gritty of creating. That's where I want to exist. Alicia said, I'm trying to decide whether or not to switch point of view. I'm in first person limited, and I want to build my characters up, but I'm not sure about head hopping. Alicia, if you're going to head hop, it should be consistent throughout the book. Readers want that consistency. Nothing wrong with head hopping. It just needs to be introduced as something that will happen in the book. So totally fine if you want to do that. You're in first person limited. Yeah, I mean, head hopping should probably be fine there. It just would need to be consistent. If you're just head hopping because you want, it's convenient in a scene, I would try to find another way to do it. it's all just about consistency in the course of the book. I think that's the best way to go about it. Um, Poison said, how many characters do you plan out before you start writing? Poison, just the most essential ones, I think. Anybody that interacts with the plot will be planned out ahead of time. And then I build the side characters as I go. I kind of like to surprise myself with the side characters, and honestly, some of my best characters are side characters because I just created them spur of the moment and just had fun with it. So I don't have a number specifically of how many characters I plan out ahead of time, but just the most important ones, I say. The main characters. Let's see. Harpy said, I try to imagine how I would describe it to a child. Maybe that's the mom in me. Oh, that's interesting, Harpy. If you're working on descriptions, imagine how you might describe it to a child. Yeah, that could work. Kind of simplify the description a little bit, make it more tangible. I like it. Sleepy, hey, welcome in, buddy. You said, sorry I missed the stream. Just stopping by to wish everyone a great day. You're good, Sleepy. No worries. And hey, y'all, if you ever do miss the stream, remember, youtube.com/@author_Alex_Knight. They are all, the VODs are there, so you can always watch the replays. But thanks for stopping by, Sleepy. We're happy to see you, even if just for a little bit. No worries. Tommy Boy Music said, have you ever traveled somewhere in real life that inspired you in writing? Oh yeah, frequently, Tommy Boy. Frequently places I go inspire stories. And hey, look, I'll show you right now. If we go to my Google Drive, let's see, we got the display capture going. Let's pull up the Google Drive. I have down here a folder called Story Ideas. They're not all necessarily story ideas. A lot of them are snippets of things that I've been inspired by in places. I mean, look at this. Like, how many items are in this folder? 91. We got 91 different text documents or straight up folders in here. This is all stuff that's just randomly inspired me one day that I wrote down because I didn't want to lose it. So yeah, travel definitely is super inspiring. Big fan of it. Good question. GeoGrim says, for the chat GPT stuff, you get way better brainstorming by interacting with other creatives. Yeah, fully agree, Geo. It's hard to predict what other person's going to say, right? They'll totally surprise you. And I think that's a good thing for brainstorming. And Tina Dude says, I find AI useful for world building historical setting. It pulls up historical facts and I check them. I mean, yeah, it could, but I've heard a lot of issues with it being wrong. But I think that is a better use of AI, right? It's better as like a research aggregate. I like it better that way than trying to create original things because, you know, facts, you can't really steal facts. You can't steal historical knowledge. Big Mike, hey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Happy hump day. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Sorry it took so long to get to that. I was deep in the chat answering some good questions, but good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Poison, you said, I like using a little symbol on the page when I switch perspectives, like at the end of a chapter for myself. Yeah, totally. You know, everybody's got their own little symbols. I use asterisks for page breaks. I kind of use that for everything, honestly, but a little symbol for switching perspectives, that's good. That kind of teaches people, you teach the reader what to expect. I dig it. Sleepy, you said inspo for a story. Boy is a friend of cat. Sure. Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little pet companion in a story. Snow, what's up, friend? How you doing? Happy Wednesday to you, my guy. Hope you're doing well. We're just kind of wrapping up here, doing a little bit of chat. Hope you're having a good one. Happy Wednesday to you. Impage said, use less word or more word. That was a far simpler explanation than I thought there would be. Hey, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, right? Because words are measurable time in the context of the story. So, less words, less time. Rappy says, oh no, Snow's here. Gonna claim that top spot. Obikyo with the let him cook. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Obikyo. Raffy says, Snow, please. No, I've had the #1 gifter this whole stream. Well, Raffy, you might be in luck, my friend, because we've hit our 2 hours here. A little bit of a different one today, folks, but I hope that hope it was helpful. Y'all, like I said, I want to practice what I preach, and today the writing wasn't hitting for me. I knew I was putting in bad words on the page, and it was a structural issue. I need to go back and fix this chapter in the outline. So I think it was a nice pivot to pull off of that word goal and focus on talking with chat and answering your questions. Kataru, you just joined. Oh, I'm sorry. But hey, Kataru, as always, man, go to YouTube. youtube.com/@authoralexknight, and you can watch the VOD. It's there now. You could rewatch the whole stream. We talked about some book recs early on. We talked about the upcoming map stream on Friday. Oh boy, Snow's coming for that title. Sorry, Raffy, I didn't end it soon enough. I was gonna try to give you an assist there. But yeah, no, it was a fun stream today. Thank you, Snow, for the gifts. I appreciate those pouring in. Everybody's like, end the stream, save Raffy's title. Y'all, it's been a good stream. Thank you for being here today. Happy Wednesday to y'all. Heather, thank you for being here. It was nice to meet you. I'm gonna go look at your stuff after stream here. Thanks for popping in. We'll be here every weekday, writing, talking about books and publishing and writing, reading. And of course, Friday map streams, y'all. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. So, Impage said, I'm sure you'll get a brain blast of what to write later. The writer's blockade shall burst. Yes, it shall. Ajax, hey, welcome in. You said you got notebooks full of half-finished stories. Yeah, that's a challenge, ain't it? It's important to finish them. Try to stick with them all the way through the end, because you can't sell a book that's not written, and you can't edit writing that's not finished. I believe in you. You can stick with it. You can get those done. Snow, thank you for the gifts as well. I'm sorry, Raffy. I'm really leaving you out to dry here. Okay, we're going to wrap it up, y'all. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's go ahead and hit that outro credit. Y'all, a special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to community member Raffy the Engineer, who provided our newest background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Thank you very much for that, Raffy. I appreciate that. Made that song just for stream. How awesome is that? Thank you, Raffy. Lastly, y'all, if you enjoyed this stream, please give me a follow so I can see you again on the next one. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, and on Monday to Thursday, we do these writing streams. I write my next book on stream, I chat with y'all, we answer questions about books and writing and whatnot, and then on Fridays, as I've been mercilessly promoting, Fridays we do our map streams. We make fantasy maps live on stream, so I think I said Thursdays, I meant to say Fridays. That is on Fridays, folks. We'll be doing it here in 2 days. It's going to be fun. So everybody, these are my books. You can find them on Amazon or at authoralexknight.com. Please give them a look if you're interested. They're available in ebooks, audiobooks, and paperback. And I'd be honored if you pick one up. Once again, folks, thank you for being here. It's been an honor and a privilege. I am so flattered I get to be here every day with y'all. So Impage Studios, Poison Apple Tea, Ajax, Raffy the Engineer, other name wasn't available, Geo Grimm, Snow, Leisha, Melissa Lee, everybody, thank you for being here. Slendy, it's been a pleasure. Paul Hare, Kataroo, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Rinnerent, thank you for the follow right there at the end. It's nice to meet you, my friend. I'm sorry I'm ending it right as you got here, but hey, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Ronnie, of course, have a good one, y'all. It's been an absolute pleasure. And everybody on YouTube as well, thank you. Renegade hanging out with me the whole time. I appreciate it. Asking a good question, too. So, everybody, thank you very much for being here. And, hey, we'll see you again tomorrow. So, have a good rest of your Wednesday. Rock on. Make it a good day, y'all. We'll catch you tomorrow. Y'all, peace out. Have a good one. YouTube. As always, we end it out together. Thank you for being here, YouTube. I love having you. Love growing the audience there. You know, it was a hard choice to go between YouTube or Twitch, but I love YouTube. They've been a great platform for so long. I wanna be a part of it. So that's what we're doing. We're growing there. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for asking questions. Renegade, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that awesome question. Y'all, have a good day. We'll catch you next time.